So, what today is going to be is essentially a meditation, a guided meditation that will be an opportunity to start to identify your internal cues of when your unique insight is speaking up and to help you start to brainstorm how you drop in and out of that and record it so that you can do something useful with it. This is, I think, going back to last week, a core skill in terms of a soft skill that we can really call upon, hopefully on a daily basis, to start to generate and develop our own unique insight so that we can have that vision and then extrapolating from there the business that is the extension of that vision. So in sum, what we're going to do today is strengthen our resonance with that vision together. And I'm going to hopefully support you guys in developing a little bit more awareness about what conditions tend to be present for you when the insight starts to flow a little bit easier. So what I mean by this is I typically need like a 5 to 10 minute settling before I can really drop in. And so I'm going to do some time checks, not to exert any pressure, but simply so you guys know. I don't know if you can see that. There it is. Got a timer. Just let you guys know we're 5 minutes in, we're 10 minutes in, so that you can start to get some internal awareness of when things start to clear out for you. And one thing I'd like you guys to play with as we do this is to record anything that feels like it needs to be recorded that is coming up for you. Obviously, this doesn't have to be a perfect practice, but this is developing a skill around how quickly you can drop in and out. So what this looks like in practice is, going through the meditation, and you might start to develop a sense of worry that you might miss a chance to develop an insight that's coming to you because you're having a hard time holding it in your mind as we proceed. So this would be a time to come out, record it, and then see how quickly you can drop back in to the meditation. Or this could also look like sort of a startling insight that just drops for you out of nowhere, and you're, yeah, I wish I definitely could have missed that. So that would be a time to drop out, record, and then see how quickly you can drop back in. So as you practice doing this, you'll get a better sense of your internal cues. And it's definitely a practice, but my personal feeling is that it's really useful to do this at least once a day because for several reasons. You're taking in, I don't know how many bits of information each day, but many, many bits that your brain then has to sort and then provide to you in a way that makes logical sense. This is going to allow you to access more bits of that information that you might as well do something with, frankly, is my opinion, since you've already absorbed it, right? It's already in there for your use. You might feel a little bit self-conscious at first recording what's coming to you, and it might feel a little bit gibberishy. That's totally okay. What we're shooting for, what we're trying to go for is, maybe starting with something that doesn't feel like super clear, getting to a point where you can have, meditation and come out of it with a mind map of where you need to go this week, this month, this year. Does that make sense? This makes it a little more fun, in my opinion. I don't know if anyone else feels that way, but when it's truly something that is coming from your own unique ability to synthesize information and do something, amazing with it, there's something so creative about that process. So this is a way that we can do some of the hard thinking that's required of us without it feeling as laborious. So I'm going to keep my pacing slow so that it doesn't feel pressureful with the dropping in and dropping out. Another thing I like to do is I like to lie down. So if that feels like something you benefit from, just let me know and we'll take a pause so you can get comfortable. And also, this is a new group, so if you feel more comfortable doing this with your camera off, definitely feel free to do that as well. You know, the idea is for you to have as much internal space created in this time. So if being on camera inhibits that in any way, definitely feel free to turn it off. Does anybody want to lay down for this one and just get comfortable? All right. All right. Perfect. So we'll take a couple seconds and just let Anne and Alicia get comfortable. So as I go ahead and settle into a spot that feels good for them, one thing I do want to mention about these types of practices is that our brain is extremely context and environment specific and sensitive. So what you notice today about perhaps the time you need or what feels most comfortable, the most comfortable way for you to do this might be a little bit different if you're in different contexts. So today, our context is essentially a guided group meditation. Some of you know each other really well, and some of you are new to each other. So that's the context. And this plays out, you can see it in the technology space as they try to help people with significant disabilities use brain-computer interfaces. What they're noticing is that the brain waves are really shift day to day to day to day, what they look like. So they find that's a challenge. I suspect this has to do with the different contexts and environments that our brains are exposed to. But I just wanted to put that out there. What you learned today will hopefully be useful, but it may be you may need something slightly different in different contexts in order to get yourself into a space of spaciousness and ease so you can connect to that insight. So I'm hoping everybody is settled. And I'm going to slow my pace down because I know I've said a lot. And in the first couple of minutes, we'll just take a few minutes to drop in. We're going to box breathe because breath holds are a really good way to accelerate this process of dropping in a little bit more quickly. So I'll lead for 4 rounds and then have you go at your own pace for a few minutes, just so you can connect with that. And as you do the breath holds, if you feel comfortable doing so, when you're in the hold itself, really allow yourself to relax into it. If you need to adjust the length of each side of the box, that's totally fine. Meaning if you need it to be a 3-second inhale, hold, exhale, hold, that's totally fine. I'm going to go with a 5-second on each for those 4 rounds. So we'll begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale through the nose. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's round 1. Inhale through the nose. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. And hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Last round I'll lead. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Go ahead, continue to box breathe on your own. And I'll let you know that we are at 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Just check in with yourself. How's the ease? How's the spaciousness? As you continue to work with the holds, and you relax into them. When you finish your exhale and then your hold, hopefully you're experiencing the joy of the inhalation after those 5 seconds of holding. They can be challenging. The intention today is to allow each of you to connect with the unique insight that's available to you based on the billions and trillions of bits of information you guys get to take in each day. And we'll move now into the guided meditation piece. We're almost to 6 minutes. Just check in with yourself. How much settling have you experienced? If you're still buzzing, that's totally normal and okay. This is just good information to have as you construct your practices in the future. So let's come together for one deep breath. Nice and slow, in through the nose. And exhaling it out. And we'll do one more. Pulling it all the way through the tips of your toes. Feeling the energy move up your whole body. all the way to the crown of your head. And on your next exhale out, let it go all the way back down from your crown, down your body like a waterfall. Just allowing that energy to start moving, coalescing. And on your next exhale, which hopefully does feel a little bit like a waterfall, letting everything wash away. Taking a moment to check in how it feels to allow it all to wash away. Blank slate. And I want you each to take a moment to congratulate yourself because you have made it to the end of January 2025. It's coming to a close. Checking to see if anything is stirring within you. Might only seem like it was yesterday that we started 2024. That was actually 13 months ago. Take a second to recall who you were on the 1st of January 2024. So stepping back in time, those 13 months. Get a really good look at who you were because you were a different person then. And take a moment to see all that you've accomplished and all of your wins. If you could make a montage in your mind of your favorites. And I'll let you guys know that we're about 10 minutes in, so just assessing your connection, your clarity, how much noise you're experiencing as you allow all of those wins, all of the big wins, the smaller ones, the medium wins, just allowing them to flash across your field of vision. And you probably are seeing that some of those didn't come super easy. They probably required you to overcome something, whether that be difficulty, discomfort, or a challenge. But because you did that, you stepped through the difficulty and the discomfort and the challenge, you were able to create something meaningful. What is the next coherent iteration of that meaning. If anything's coming up that needs to be recorded, don't be shy about coming in and out. You can pick up wherever we're at. Don't feel as if you'll miss anything. You'll get everything that you need, I am 100% sure. And in fact, your ability to access this supersedes any of the words that I have for you. Now ask your brain to create a montage of all of the ways that you operated in alignment with your ideal self. So these are all of the ways that you showed up in alignment with your highest potential. These were difficult, but also totally congruent with the kind of person, the kind of entrepreneur, the kind of partner, the kind of friend, parent, son, daughter that you've always wanted to be. And now, without any judgment or any shame or guilt, ask your brain to show you all the ways in which you operated out of alignment with your ideal self, just so that you can see all of yourself in truth. We've all got them. It's okay. What were the gaps in how you showed up, or any ways that you fell short of your standards? Knowing that it's totally okay and that is part of the game 100%. And since it's part of the game, we never need to use it for guilt, punishment, or shame. And I'll let you guys know that we're about 15 minutes in. Just checking in, insight wise, if anything is percolating for you. If you're still experiencing noise, it's also to be expected. We just want to be able to see ourselves in truth so that we can learn. So here's a really good learning opportunity. Ask your brain to show you what were the people, the decisions, the strategies, the choices that led to the biggest gain of energy for you in the past year, 13 months. What gave you the most energy? This could be interactions, workshops, marketing that you really love. But really taking note of where the most energy came from. And now looking at the flip side, and again without shame or judgment, because this is the learning game. What was the biggest drain of energy? What were the things that took the most from you in a way that doesn't feel proportional? These could be patterns, commitments, things you couldn't say no to. So holding this montage in your mind of who you were, your biggest wins, where your energy came from, where the drains came from, knowing all of that, bringing it up like an orchestra. What wisdom did you acquire from this? What insights, lessons, breakthroughs? Noticing the gap between the person who started 2024 and the person that's about to go into February 2025. Giving yourself credit for how you've grown. Now we're going to look ahead into 2025, the next 11 months. Together, we'll take one deep clearing breath in through the nose. And then letting it go, wiping the slate completely clean once again. And we're just going to unhook from the memory, the sense of self, history, the past, wiping it all clean. Because nothing that has happened before has to define your present or your future, as you know. You have intense creative potential. That allows you to create in the face of the past that we just went through. So bringing yourself to December 31st, 2025, 11 months from now, And I'll let you guys know that we're about 22 minutes in. You might start to notice a sense of restlessness even. That's okay. But run with me just a little bit more. It's December 31st, and you've just had your best year ever. In all the ways that feel meaningful to you, not just money. And you're reflecting on this year of 2025 and telling all of us what you accomplished and what everything looks like in your landscape now. And I want you to be able to vividly see yourself sharing and telling people about this most epic year. How do you want to feel when you're doing that? And what do you want to be thinking about? And what did you achieve in these 11 months? And what did you create? How did it feel every step of the way? Not just the victory at the end? How has what you've created allowed you to operate in a level of ease that today might feel impossible? And how has all of this given you permission to do all of the things that you wanted to do? This last piece is my favorite piece, and that is to allow yourself to understand that your vision, your business is actually an entity in and of itself. And so it has its own fate and destiny and its own path. But we can connect to this and ask it what steps we need to take, what choices we may need to make, and what the path is to get to that vision. What does this vision want to create through you? Spend a little bit of time with that entity, bringing it into as much riveting, emotional, detailed, almost, I like the frame of frightening clarity as you can. We don't work towards the vision per se, we work from the vision. So see that, feel into the reality of that. Ask what movements you need to make in order to consistently work from the vision. And most importantly, just enjoy the connection to that entity in this space. And as you iterate day over day, week over week, month over month coming up, feel into the joy that working from that vision would bring into your life. It's probably no understatement that it would be on the level of blissful. Maybe hard, but blissful. And just allowing yourself to fill up with love for that. Allowing the meaning and the emotionality and the clarity of that to bring a sense of warmth over you. As you feel yourself resonating in that very special, unique signature that you are here to build upon, extrapolate upon, and create from. Realize that the more you practice this, the more it will be accessible to you on demand. Connect to the sound of the plow if you can hear it in my background, and if not, connect to your breath. The joy and the opportunity that we have to breathe. It's incredible. Come back into your body. Maybe even give your legs, arms a little bit of a light flex, moving some of that energy around. And when you feel ready to do so, go ahead and come on back to us.